Ice League, 1991. Watch Vancouver Canadians right fielder Rodney McRae in Portland. Go back, bang! Oh, he almost makes the catch. I'll tell you what, Rodney McRae, we give you plenty of respect. Also with plenty of respect, no Triple Crown for 36 years, but in 2015, American Pharoah, jockey Victor Espinoza, the Kentucky Derby, winner by a length. In the slop at the Preakness, here comes American Pharoah. In the mud, 7-length win. But can he do it? They break at the Belmont. American Pharoah, everybody rooting, everybody happy. Not since Affirmed had we seen a Triple Crown winner. Dale Earnhardt, number 38, 19 previous attempts. Daytona 500 didn't go his way. But how else to celebrate a great win at Daytona than with a burnout? He was not burned out, he was thrilled. 1980, described as the most riveting episode in the sport's history. Wimbledon men's finals. John McEnroe, Bjorn Borg. McEnroe, fourth set, 18-16. Borg, fifth set, 8-6. Unbelievable. What a game this one. 1981 divisional playoffs. Chargers lead the Dolphins 24-0. But Don Strock, Duriel Harris, Tony Nathan. The comeback is on right before the end of the half. Over the head of Kellen Winslow from Dan Fouts, but James Brooks catches it. We're tied at 38. Kellen Winslow blocks Uwe von Schauman's field goal at the end of regulation. We go to overtime. The Chargers block another one in overtime. And then it was Ralph Benershka who won it. Kellen Winslow, the star, 13 catches for 166. No wonder carried off the field. July 24th, 1983, George Brett, way back against Goose Gossage. It's a homer. Billy Martin says, how high is that pine tar anyway, George? It's fine. The ump says, it's not fine. Tim McClellan, here comes George, charging out. They're going to take the homer away. The Yankees win 4-3. The Royals protest. It's upheld. You know the rest of the story. 1986 World Cup quarterfinals. Argentina against England. Maradona. And later said it must have been the hand of God. Wasn't mine. They won the World Cup. It had been since 1940 that the Rangers had won a Stanley Cup. Mark Messier, Rangers down 3-2. We go to double overtime in Game 7. And then the puck in front. Mateau, Stepan Mateau scores. Rangers win Stanley Cup against Vancouver in the next round. The earthquake, October 17th, 1989, before Game 3 of the World Series between the A's and the Giants at Candlestick.
25 minutes ago, Northern California rocked by what is apparently a major earthquake, a developing earthquake, the scope of which is not yet apparent. Baseball is well off the front page. There are many more important issues to talk about. We'll try to report them after this.
Stop. Lakers, Raptors. And you talk about a man on fire, bang. You talk about bang. You get the picture. The record, of course, is Wilt Chamberlain, 100 points. But nobody other than Wilt had more than Kobe's 81, and there it is, 81, that night in 2006. To the new sombrero, Super Bowl 43 at the end of the half. Kurt Warner, Arizona, picked off of the goal line by James Harrison. He could go 100 yards of the way. And Holmes, how does he keep his feet in? How do they get the throw there? The Steelers beat the Cardinals 27-23. Game 7, World Series. Madison Bumgarner pitched 2 days earlier out of the pen in the 5th at Kansas City. He retired 14 in a row with a runner on third of the ninth. Nobody warming up. Pablo squeezes it. The Giants, behind Mad Bum, have won their 3rd World Series in 5 years. 2 Summer Olympics, United States, 1984. Mary Lou Retton, Los Angeles. Wow! Yes, a 10. Carl Lewis, the world's fastest man, did not disappoint. 4 gold medals. 200-meter dash, 19.8. 1992 Summer Olympics, Barcelona. For the first time, NBA players can play in the Olympics. How's this team for the Dream Team? Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Charles Barkley, Clyde the Glide Drexler, Scottie Pippen, the Admiral David Robinson, the Mailman Karl Malone, John Stockton, Patrick Ewing, Chris Mullin, Christian Laettner, Yeah, they won all 8 games, beating Croatia handily for the gold. 1996, Muhammad Ali lighting the Olympic torch in Atlanta. And who can forget one of the smallest Olympians, Kerri Strug, fell on her first vault, attempting injuring her ankle. Could she do this, essentially on one leg? Landing on one leg, carried off the winner, Michael Johnson. He's now the world's fastest man. He could go all the way. That was 19.32 in a 200 meter. Of the 70 home runs Mark McGwire hit in 1998 to best Sammy Sosa in the home run chase, that was the shortest, but it was number 62. It broke Maris's record. McGwire 70, Sosa 66. Talk about elevating the NBA. They came in together in the 79-80 season. Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. Magic with Kareem with a migraine. Playing center, they beat the Sixers to win the title his rookie year. How about 87 Eastern Finals? Bird steals to Dennis Johnson. They're going to go on to beat the Detroit Pistons. Magic and Bird, the baby hook, the precision jump shooting. Magic won 5 titles. Bird won 3. Ultimate respect. Ultimate. Speaking of winning, Serena. Why is this play 23? Because this is in the U.S. Open 1999 against Martina Hingis. Serena wins her first of now 23 majors. 10 days after the terrorist attacks on 9/11, baseball returned to New York. It was the Mets at home. Mike Piazza delivered a home run that no one will ever forget. And no one will ever forget the World Series at Yankee Stadium. President George Bush on the mound with a nation watching. A perfect strike. UConn, could they be beat? Well, they couldn't in 90 straight games. Gino Auriemma's Huskies from 2008 to 2010. You talk about domination. 90 straight wins. They won 2 titles in that span. They won 11 titles since they won their first one in 1995. The UConn Huskies define women's college basketball. 342, and he proposes to his girlfriend. How much more can you ask of a college game? 1988 World Series, Game 1. Dodgers trail the A's 4-3. The Yak pitching to injured Kirk Gibson.
It's gonna be a home run! Unbelievable! A home run for Gibson, and the Dodgers have won the game 5-4. I don't believe what I just saw. I don't believe what I just saw.
Wild card, play number 18. Buffalo on top of Tennessee 16-15. The short kick on purpose. Low kneel. Frank Wycheck. Is it forward? It's Kevin Dyson. He doesn't think so. The Titans don't think so. He does go all the way in the Music City Miracle. The Tennessee Titans stun the Bills. Speaking of stunning, play 17, Davy Roberts. The stolen base at Fenway, but it's going to be a lost cause. The Red Sox trail the Yankees 3-0. David Ortiz, bottom of the 12th, back, gone. Red Sox have life. Game 5, bottom of the 14th. The sawed-off blooper. Ortiz, Johnny Damon scores 3-2. Yankee Stadium, Curt Schilling, bloody sock. The Red Sox win Game 6, 4-2. And now, Ortiz and Johnny Damon with the slam. My goodness, the Sox with a huge lead. They go on to win 10-3, and of course go on to win their first World Series since 1918. But success in Boston, not only the Red Sox. How about the run of the Patriots? The first of this run. Not snowing in this game, but Adam Vinatieri to upset the Rams in Super Bowl 36. Super Bowl 49. The Seahawks are going to win back-to-back, but no! Malcolm Butler with the pick of Russell Wilson. And the Patriots win 28-24 on to Super Bowl 51. The Falcons lead 28-3. Julian Edelman. Doink, 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 doink. He caught it. The Patriots tie it at the end of regulation and win in overtime. 6 Super Bowls for Coach Bill Belichick, quarterback Tom Brady in this run. 1992 Eastern Regional Finals. Christian Leitner, Duke. It's good. 103-102, they were down, but Leitner hits the bucket to beat Kentucky. They go on to win their second straight title for Coach K. November 23rd, 1984, Doug Flutie, Boston College, Orange Bowl, Miami, down with 6 seconds to go by 4. How far does Dougie throw it? Gerard Phelan secures it. The Hail Mary. Boston College beats the defending champs 47-45. 2016 NBA Finals. Golden State trying to win another title. Forget it, says LeBron James in Game 7. The block of Iguodala. You can't see it enough. And Cleveland goes on to win Game 7 and grab the trophy 93-89. Well, no way the Chicago Cubs can win the World Series, but actually there was no way the Cleveland Indians could win the World Series. They had won for eons. David Ross, Game 7. Homer, Cubs up 6-3 in Cleveland. But bottom 8, Rajai Davis from Connecticut hits a 2-run shot off Chapman, and LeBron cheering. Now in extras, Ben Zobrist, base hit. The Cubs, for the first time since 1908, win a World Series, and there's no other way to describe it then. It was a Cinderella story. 1986, the Masters, 46 years young, Jack Nicklaus. Eagle on 15, the roar, deafening, his 18th and final major. And then entered Tiger Woods, the 97 Masters. He won by, 200 strokes? The win, the hug from Dad, and the green jacket. 11 years later, 2008 U.S. Open on a broken leg at Torrey Pines in San Diego. Look at the crowd. Do you think he forced an extra round with this putt on 18 on Sunday, beating Rocco Median for the trophy in the playoff? In Honolulu, just a couple of days before Christmas in 1982, no one expected this from the Silver Swords. Look at Virginia. They can't believe it. 77-72. No greater upset than we've ever seen. How about this play? First, how does Eli Manning in Super Bowl 42 get away from the Patriots to throw a ball this long? Had them on the helmet? How did they do it? And then, of course, the Giants weren't done. Against the 18-0 Patriots, Eli to Plexico Burress, they would shock the football world by beating New England. Michael Phelps shocked no one except 8 gold medals, you got it, in Beijing in 2008. By 1/100th of a second, he wins the 100-meter butterfly. And then, remember, Jason Lezak coming from behind. Final leg of the relay, the 4x100 to beat France. 8 gold medals, Michael Phelps. Tokyo, 1990. Mike Tyson pummeled everyone. But Buster Douglas, 10th round, Tyson in big trouble. Here comes the count. Certainly, the indestructible Tyson would lose it. Certainly, he'd get up, but he did not. Buster Douglas, arguably the biggest upset in boxing history. Michael Jordan, whether it was NBA dunk contests, the Jumpman dunk, whether it was clutch field goals, whether it was clutch assists, whether it was clutch play, like the final game in the '89 Eastern Conference first round against Cleveland. Jordan, Bulls win. Maybe it was in the finals in 1998, Game 6 against the Jazz. Jordan, Bulls win. Jordan and the Bulls, 6 NBA crowns. Women's soccer on the map. World Cup, Rose Bowl, Brandi Chastain, penalty kick against China. The U.S. across this country and elsewhere started playing soccer because of the 1999 women. 1981 NFC Championship game. Third down. The upstart 49ers led by Joe Montana. Rolling right. Dwight Clark. The catch against the Cowboys. The 49ers pull off a huge upset en route to their first Super Bowl title. And I remember, because as a young man, I was there. We also all remember this. September 6, 1995, 2,130 games, ties him with Lou Gehrig. And Cal Ripken Jr. hit a homer against the Angels with the flashbulbs going off. And then, after the Angels were retired in the fifth, this.
What began on May 30th, 1982, and continues September 6th, 1995. This game is now in the books. And let it be said that number 8, Cal Ripken Jr., has reached the unreachable star.
A night for baseball, a night for America, a night for work ethic. Cal Ripken Jr. passes the Iron Horse. When is a game over? When the band comes on the field? Not. 1982, November 20th. Cal against Stanford. Certainly that wouldn't work. All right, they're laterally. Certainly this isn't going to work. Well, no, certainly this isn't going to work. Or...
Oh, the band is out on the field. He's going to go into the end zone. He's going to go into the Bears. The Bears have won. The Bears have won.
Strike up the band. Cal upend Stanford 25-20. Would play one? Yeah. Lake Placid, Winter Olympics, medal round. United States against the Russians. Buzz Schneider scores to tie the game at 1. Mark Johnson scores in the first period. We're tied at 2 at the end of 1. Johnson, 5-hole, tied at 3. Then a few shifts later, Mike Eruzione. Oh my goodness! What can you say? Al Michaels was perfect.
5 seconds left in the game. Do you believe in miracles? Yes! Unbelievable.
What's forgotten, this was not the gold medal game. The U.S. and Herb Brooks had to come back to beat Finland for the gold, which, of course, they did.